mountain lions of California are an incredibly adaptable species. They can live in almost all parts of the state as long as there are adequate resources available. The mountain lion's elusive nature has shrouded them in mystery. Fortunately, many have made their secret homes in the Golden State.
So mountain lions in California, people have really different views depending on how they've been exposed to them because they're so secretive. Most of us have never seen one. So you hear about them on TV occasionally, neighbors might talk about them, but to actually see one is really unusual.
Sightings are so rare because mountain lions are seasoned experts at being covert.
Mountain lions can live anywhere in California where there is adequate cover, adequate habitat for their prey and for them.
There are several different Californias. There's Northern California, Southern California, there's rural and urban California.
Each region has distinct challenges, but the most important concern for mountain lions is access to food. The most common prey animal for mountain lions is deer. An equally adaptable species, deer can also survive in most parts of the state.
Sometimes their primary prey may be another kind of animal like bighorn sheep, even wild horses or burros. So it depends on where they grew up and what they fed on as they were growing up and learned to hunt.
Mountain lions are ambush predators, and they're also opportunistic hunters. And so what that means is they will prey on any unprotected or unaware animal that they come across.
Lions also eat other animals, such as coyotes, raccoons, and even bobcats. The availability of this secondary prey varies by habitat. Nonetheless, these same species, and even birds, can benefit from scavenging on the lion's leftover deer carcasses.
Mountain lions are valuable in the wild. They're sort of an indicator for us of how healthy the environment is. If they're healthy mountain lion population, then we know the deer population is probably doing well, and therefore the vegetation is doing well to support the deer.
As a top predator, the mountain lion keeps the deer population in check. An overabundance of deer or other grazing animals could negatively affect the vegetation in an area, causing a chain reaction throughout the entire ecosystem. Even though lions can live anywhere food is available, a number of additional challenges arise with each unique California landscape.
In the low desert, there's relatively low levels of prey, so they have to circulate over much larger physical areas to acquire enough food. Up in the high Sierras, they have to deal with snow. They have to deal with other restrictions. They may do more scavenging of winter-killed deer, for instance. In the coastal regions, they have to deal with humans at much higher densities, so they have to be much more versatile in their use of what habitat remains.
What challenges mountain lions in Southern California face as far as the road structures and areas being built out for new housing and all of that that keep chipping away at places where they can exist?
They have to cross roads to find their own place to live, and lions get killed in unacceptably high numbers on our highways.
Crossing busy highways is a huge risk for all wildlife, and some areas prove to be more problematic than others.
The Santa Ana Mountains are bordered on all sides by Los Angeles, the San Diego, Temecula area, and these animals are just surrounded by human influence. And crisscrossing this little bit of habitat they have left are these large freeways, and that really is starting to divide them.
They are becoming more and more genetically isolated, more inbred, and thereby that may change physical characteristics such as hair patterns or tails and things like that.
This artificial separation by roads and development is starting to create different genetic subgroups of mountain lions. This image reflects the genetically distinct populations in California. While these subgroups benefit from being specially adapted to their local environment, a complete lack of mixing within the species can be genetically dangerous due to inbreeding complications.
Broadly speaking, it's important that there be this mixing across California, and our studies suggest with the geneticists that we worked with, Holly Ernest and Kyle Gustafson, that the population, the total population of mountain lions within California is divided into some distinct groups.
These groups are already showing low survival rates, and as they become more isolated, they could disappear completely.
In order to try to combat this isolation by roads and development, we are working with civil engineers and Caltrans and other highway agencies to develop plans to enhance the ability of animals to move across roads.
A healthy, flourishing California depends upon wildlife and their habitats remaining connected. As dominant species ourselves, humans can respect and preserve the fragile ecosystems shared with other apex predators. Join us as we dive deeper into the subpopulation conversation on the next episode of California Mountain Lions.